sounds like the evil one, yo. Something like an animal. You can tell by the way you're ripping off, you're a manimal. Actual. All frets to me and my crew are now taxable. Hey up. Take it from me, Mr. 187, aka Infidel.
We're here with SABO. It's one of DMZ's hosts.
In the flesh, baby.
We're actually going to take him into an interview here. We had some questions lined up for him, but we done changed the game on him. Man. Everything that he's seen is not a part of the game anymore. It's kind of a little trickery here for him.
Oh, man. Let's do it.
And then going into it now.
Okay, yes, sir.
We're going to talk about your military background for a little bit here.
All right.
What made you decide to enlist?
Man, honestly, I enlisted at the age of 17, straight out of high school. And my back was against the wall down in Miami. I got myself into some trouble. And found out my wife was pregnant at the time. And once I found out that she was pregnant, that's when I made a decision, like, all right, I got to change my life around. If not for me, for my son. And that's when I decided to join the military.
And so what branch did you decide to go into?
I joined the Army.
Is there any particular reason why you went that route?
They offered me, I was free agent, man. I was going back and forth between the Marines and the Army. And at the time, the Army offered me the better deal. And I actually signed up to become artillery. I went back, signed everything, not really signed everything, but I said, hey, I want to be artillery. Went back to the holding area, sat down, thought about it. I was like, nah. I had a feeling I was going to go to war regardless because of 9/11. So I was like, you know what? If I'm going to be in it, I might as well be in it. So I said, you know what? Can I make a change? He's like, well, sure. What are you thinking? I was like, I want to be a tanker instead. Blew his mind. He's like, are you serious? Here, let me show you the recruiting video. I was like, I don't need to see it. I want to be a tanker. And then that's when my combat MOS began.
And when you received that first itinerary, where did they station you at?
Well, I went to basic training in Fort Knox, Kentucky. OSET training, knocked it out there. Did an extra 2 weeks for the new Abrams tank that they had, M1A2 SEPs. Did my training there, and then from there, got shipped out to my first duty station in Fort Hood, Texas.
Do you remember arriving there? And if you do, you remember what it was like? Them first steps getting out?
Yeah, man. It was kind of a scary thing because I was pretty much on my own. You know what I mean? I left the nest. I left everything behind as far as old school friends. Left the hood, I guess, in a sense. And I was on my own and basically had to take life by the balls and run with it. You know what I mean? And that's when my first duty station began. I actually got there as a specialist. PFC, and then got the specialist real quick.
Nice. Can you tell the viewers and the fans out there about a couple of your most memorable experiences? What stuck out to you?
Well, I'm actually not. I did 2 deployments in Iraq, so there's plenty of craziness and madness to go with the stories. But more of a censored one would be the first deployment, 0405. We was in a battle of Fallujah. Actually, we did battle on the job first, and then we got called up to the Battle of Fallujah, and basically took the fight to the enemy. And at the same time, the Battle of Fallujah, we got our asses handed to us as well. So that was one of my most memories. That is the humbling experience that the badass tankers, you know what I'm saying, were actually taking losses. So that's one. That's the more censored one. I'm not gonna get too graphic.
You ain't got a happy experience out there, something that stuck with you with your brothers?
Yeah, man, just the camaraderie. It's a camaraderie thing, man, because we do so much training on the off time. Back at home base, we do so much training. So it becomes, once we get into combat, it's all second nature, man. And it's just like, I'm able to think what my battle buddy, his next move, without even second guessing what he's gonna do. And that unison is probably one of the biggest things that I do miss from the military, is that trust in my fellow man. You know what I mean? I miss the good stuff. I don't miss the bullshit behind the politics. I don't miss none of that. Honestly, I don't miss the maintenance. I don't miss the early wake-ups for no reason, just to stand around the company area for 4 hours for them to say, okay, you guys are good, go home. I don't miss just the bullshit behind it, the smoke screens.
We got a couple birds talking in the air.
Yeah,
but
damn birds.
Are you planning to go back?
Yes, I am. Not as a member of the armed forces, but more of a contractor. I'm going back soon. Not gonna give no details due to OPSEC, but I'll be leaving soon, going back to Afghanistan, and for another year out there.
First Cavalry, yeah. I'm something like a soldier.
Now we're gonna get into the little lighter side of things in this interview.
Bring it, dog.
Let's get into the music, the rap, the hip hop.
Let's do it.
First question be, who or what influenced you and started to make music?
Who or what influenced me to start making music? Honestly, man, music was in me all my life. You know what I mean? But when I actually took it serious, I was deployed on my first deployment in 0405. And that's when all the Laffy Taffy songs were starting to come out, the snap music, and just the garbage that was on the radio kind of inspired me to actually take my skills seriously, and that's when I started making music overseas. And then when I started seeing that my passion was reflecting and projecting everybody else, all the soldiers, then I was like, yo, I got something here. Started including everybody else and making music, taking their minds off of what's going on in combat during their off time, and that's when it got serious.
So tell us, what is NSA and where are you planning to take it to? Is that something that came about while you was out there?
It came about a little bit prior to deployment. NSA stands for Never Struggle Again, and it basically initiated from five guys from different backgrounds, claiming different sets, different gangs, and then we all decided to come together, put all that stuff to the side, and basically because we were repping Army Green, so it didn't make sense no more. You know what I mean? So we put all those colors to the side and started making music as a unison, and then that's when Never Struggle Again came about. As far as taking it to the next level, I mean, as far as we can go with it, man. As many people as we could reach. You know what I mean? Within here or Mars. That's the next level, pretty much.
Nice. One color, one brotherhood.
That's it, man.
So how do you separate yourself from other artists? What makes you so different?
What makes me so different, man? Honestly, it's just the versatility. You know what I mean? And the flexibility that I can go from urban hip hop, hardcore, gangster rap. I can take it to a different level and go more of a cater to my military community. I can do that. If I put my mind to it, I can even spit it in Spanish, you know what I mean? But I would probably say my versatility is what separates me from locally and from other artists as well.
Now, and speaking of other artists, which rapper or producer would be your dream collaboration? If you could team up with anybody, man, any set.
Honestly, man, there's a lot. Old school too, mainly old school. I would probably have to, if I had to pick one, I would probably say Nas. Nas is Nas and probably DMX, man. That the passion and the verbal weaponry that they have with the lyrics will probably be my dream collabos.
Nice. A little bit of grit, a little bit of lyricism.
Man. Yeah, man. Got to.
Nice.
Over the sandy beaches and tropical weather, one false move and you're redder than ever. Leaking all over the pavement, you're dealing with a nigga who's emotionally numb. Caveman.
So SABO, you know, a lot of people might wonder, why do they call you SABO? Is that a moniker, nickname?
That's a good question, man. And it's a long question too. But I'm gonna try to keep it short. The way I got SABO, man, it was during my first duty station. It transferred over from my last name. My last name is Caicedo. My drill sergeants could never pronounce that, so they chopped it up to Sado. When I got to my first duty station, my first gunner sergeant, he was like, nah, Sado, SABO. You know what? From now on, your name is SABO. And it basically what SABO is the round of the tank. So it kind of like, it fit perfectly. And then when I actually started doing music, I was like, you know what? I need a stage name. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just go keep SABO and run with it. And that's what it took off from there.
Nice. So SABO is a round of a tank.
SABO's the round of a tank.
Nice.
120 millimeter.
Nice. Now, if you could describe yourself in 3 words, it's 3 words. What would they be?
3 words, man. I would say passionate. I would say loyal. And probably faithful.
So now through your passions, your loyalty, and your faithfulness,
Yeah.
besides music, what else do you do for fun? What else moves SABO?
Besides music, man, probably be family, man. Family and being able to be in a position to help out my brothers in need, you know what I mean? That's probably another thing that moves me, man, is being able to reach out to other veterans and not really guide them, but kind of like give them some sort of wisdom that I've learned on the way to where I'm at. Because I've been through my trials and tribulations as well, you know what I mean? So surpassing adversity, I mean, I think that's another passion of mine, is being able to help my fellow veterans.
Being able to help everybody else.
Word.
Now give a shout out to all them people that mean something to you, all the people that help mold you.
Man,
anybody you owe it to.
Man, shout out to everybody that's helped me along the way. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's gave me a second chance. Everybody all my fellow, armed forces out there doing what they need to do. Man, shout outs to everybody who I work with, from you guys, DMZtv, from my NSA family, my Gruntworks family, everybody who is affiliated to me and my team. Shout outs to them, man. Salute.
Salute. Well, this is DMZtv with SABO. It's a little insight to the mind of the mercenary, the man.
Pay close attention to our voices. Pay close attention to our voices. Giving them, hey, recipe, everyone else is obsolete when it comes to my warfighter community. And we're yelling, so we made it, so we made it. And we're yelling, so we made it, so we made it. And we're yelling, and we're yelling.